God, what's going on? What is going on? 3 of 5. You know what? Let's play single player skirmish. Create conquest. Conquest. Germany or the USSR. Eeny, meeny. Oh, great. No, thank you. Enable fog of war. Let's go campaign size large. Let's go normal difficulty. And let's go continue. So what do we got? We have got hot garbage. Research tree. We are going to get ourselves a tonk. So the Panzer 1 Alpha to go down to the Panzer Group 4. Let's research this. 1 research. 2 research. 3 research. Okay, I got my Panzer 3. And I want some regular infantry. And that will have to do. That will do, donkey. So we will buy ourselves 1 medic. 1 tonk. I do like the Panzer 3s. A rifle squad. Another rifle squad. And can I afford anything else? Let's buy another rifle squad. Wow, I get a load of points. I'm rolling in points. 1 more medic. 1 more medic. The tank should be able to deal with any early stuff. So, tonk at the start, infantry squad next, medic after. And then for phase 2, 1, 2, 3. Good enough. I'm happy with that. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, select campaign. This will take me and give me a research slot, so we're going to go down this way to get more research. Reward 200, reward 200. This is low risk though. Nah, we're not babbies. Spawning. Hello Hoffman, welcome to the weekend. Hope you're looking forward to it, because I am. Gonna play. We are downloading Squad, but while that is downloading, am I actually downloading Squad? No, it's still preparing Squad files for download. I'm gonna try and download it now. But in the meantime, we're playing this as well. And hopefully I can do both at the same time to really demonstrate my EP. Probably not though. So, wave 1. Where's my wave? It's over here. You're off on a journey. Yeah, I haven't played a Squad in ages, so I thought, you know what? Let's give that game a go again. I tried playing it once before, but the key problem with it was the servers were all full. Like every server with a good ping was full. So it was a case of playing like a 300 ping server while I'm just warping through the map like some sort of US Marine. What's it called? Neo. Or waiting 20 minutes to find a game. You know it's bad when you've got to wait for a ridiculous amount of time to play a game. Let's get our next deployment out. All the boys, all the boys. Hope you like Blitzkrieg. Now I'm being a bit of a casual this game because these guys start off pretty powerful early on. You know what? I'm assuming direct control. Nope. because they start off with the Panzer III, whereas the early Soviet tanks are pretty pants, whereas the Panzers are just like god tier. Okay, I believe in you. Now where's the attack ground? Okay, F5. F5 is the attack ground. Oh, I don't want to press F5. Probably don't want to stand there anymore. Hit the target, you garbage tank. I didn't mean it, Panzer III, you're a pretty good tank. I didn't mean it, I'm just angry. Why do you make me say these things? And your objective secured. Again, pretty easy early game, but as the game gets worse, or progresses, the game gets harder. Dig in, boys. Yeah, I don't like the colouring of this map. I don't like this auto machine. Okay, next objective is over here. Come on, gang. We're off on an adventure. Blitzkrieg 2, Barbarossa Boogaloo. And I need my infantry to move up as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I see you. You okay there, buddies? Not very accurate, are you? Run! You're almost there. I can taste victory. Yeah, early game is easy. It's just like, as long as you've got a tank with you, it's just like, ah, I win. Lol, nope. Nope. I think they've also changed the keys a little bit, so spacebar is no longer prone. But I'm not too upset about this. Get down! And I think this is going to be a tank-heavy game, not a lot of flaks or anything like that. I got a squad here, I got a squad there, I got a squad here. That squad should come over here. Alright, they're coming in this direction apparently. Medics, plunk yourselves there. Tanks come over here. Stop the bad men. You can set up a little tent. Set yourself up with a nice little tent. There you are, a nice little medic tent. Get in, and get in. You're going camping. And now we just wait. Wait for inevitable victory. And that will end stage 1 of this rather slow opening. F5 is a silly key. Like, I have to reach all the way over to F5 to press F. Oh, it's awful. F5 is normally the save key, and that was an easy win. That gives me more research points. Let's resupply. Now we can go small defense for part 1, stage 2, and then what are we going to bring to the table? I think we should be bringing not another pack. We could go extra big on the yeah. Why not? Who needs mortars or artillery when you can just have tanks? Tanks are love. Tanks are life. And I've got 500 points, so I can just spam my way to glory. Any cheap troops I can dump in here? No. That's not fair. That's 10 points. We'll bring this in. There we are. And then for phase 2, we will bring in another crate. And then for phase 3, we will bring in our... Oh, should I bring in another tank for phase 2? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't afford it. My day is ruined. I guess not. I guess we'll have to wait. I mean, I could bring a Babby tank in. Babby's first Panzer II. There you are. Babby's first Panzer II. And it's a defense map. Yay. It starts off easy, and it gets progressively more disgusting once the KV-1s start coming out, and the KV-2s. I heard you like not being able to pen the Soviet tanks, and getting instantly deleted. I've got a good list of games in my library right now, which is nice. It means I don't have to try too hard to find games. So first thing first, we need to send one of our tanks over here, and one of our squads over here, and some medics over here, and this ammo crate over here, and over here we're going to send our other tank. Don't fancy your job, boys. There's going to be a whole lot of you because I can't be bothered to buy Opal blitzes. That's right, you run. You run like you've never ran before. And these guys are going to run over here. And these guys are going to run over there as well. Go! Into the dense wilderness or the fog. Can I turn that fog off? Can I use my ultra elite game to increase the fog range? No, my view distance is already on massive. Bruh. Bruh. Are you okay there? You might want to hurry the F up. Okay, medics, dig in. Lots of open field, but a good special ability of the Germans, they've all got shovels, so they can all dig where most of them have. That's a fact check, false that is. And what's over here? Another ammo crate. Run!
mir aus?
Wie lauten die Befehle?
And there we are. You guys can dump your ammo crate, you no longer are necessary. It should be pretty easy. They should just be sending out early game cannon fodder for me.
Haben wir einen Marschbefehl?
A bit of defense in depth. I like how they decided to do a dynamic conquest game. Face this way. There we are. Medics. Put this down here. You do need your medics early on because if you guys start dying or getting hit, there's not much you can do about it until you've embraced the medic pill. And then late game, you don't really need medics because you've got so many troops. It's like, you will now be cannon fodder. Lovely stuff. And they've added this little circle, which I find quite nice. I'm quite impressed by that. Makes my life a whole lot easier. What about you? You can plonk yourself there, why not? And you. A lot of micromanagement, but it's all worth it in the end. Troop placement is so important in this game. Like one troop in the right place can just like win you the game. Those are two nice, very expensive tanks you have there. It'd be a shame if one guy was to throw a Molotov cocktail, boy. And our supply crate, meaning that we'll be able to shoot people with impunity. Because we spent our money on the research for the defense, we've got a few defensive positions. So, namely, there should be a guy here, but he's very stealthy. Very stealthy boy. Yeah, he's on the lookout, boys. Using that camouflage. What do you see, Hans? I see a bush. Ah. Is it a German bush? No, it looks nothing like my mother. Where are we now? And of course, as you get more defensive lines, you get things like mines. So disappointing in you. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to like take cover? I'd recommend it. I mean, I'm no expert, but I'd recommend taking cover. Oh, I'm going to enjoy you, my little MG gunner. Here we are, first engagement. They'll just be sending out these guys from now until perhaps second level when they start sending out lighter tanks. So this will be good old-fashioned fun. I like them how well modelled these vehicles are. Like it is a beautiful model. I don't think you're going to win this. Where's your training hands? Oh, these partisans. Yeah, these guys are the bottom of the rung. They've got the old old World War One helmets. The only consideration here will be running out of ammo. Ooh. Ooh. Early tank rush is lovely. Oh, it just looks so very aesthetic, Panzer IIIs. It's like little minis of destruction. I suppose we can start taking part in the fun.
Daneben!
And I may need to get some AA guns once the enemy team starts whacking out flames, but for now we're pretty safe.
Jawohl! Ich brauche einen Sanitäter! Nächstes Mal hast du nicht so viel Glück.
Oh, I lost one guy. Who did I lose? Who got the good news over here? Who needs a medic? No one. No one needs a medic. Oh, there he does. There he is. Okay, patch him up, boys. What are you doing, Oofstall? That's not a registered CPR technique. I like the fence maps. I just find them just good fun. Just be able to sit back and enjoy most of the time. Oh, this guy's got a PHOS. Or something close to that effect. No, I can't click on him. You might want to get this guy. Oh, these tanks are disgustingly powerful. Aimbot much. We're halfway there, so another 20 minutes worth of this. I'm starting to bring out conscripts, but nothing I can't handle. What is this anyway? What's a plane? Yeah, the only consideration here will be running out of ammo. That's when bad things happen. But it'll tell me not to start running out of ammo anyway. Also, the rifle squads or the German squads have MGs, so it just makes life painfully easy. Oh, it's that lovely sound.
Begebe mich in Deckung.
Begebe mich in Deckung.
And those twin MGs as well. Oh. Also, this is the update as well. They're starting to tell you where the enemy's coming from, so you can actually prepare defenses somewhat. Once we get our tanks up, we're going to probably start investing in mortars, so I can have even more fun. What sort of caliber guns do these have? 3.7, 37 centimeter for a 37 millimeter. That's not going to pen any high tier stuff, but for the next couple of levels it'll be fine. Especially if I just max upgrade to the Panzer III. How's your ammo doing? I got plenty. It's a sight to behold. And like the Soviet equivalent, it's like some really disgustingly garbage two-man tank. It doesn't even have a gun on it. Oh dear, you guys haven't dug in. First guy to run out of ammo. Lost one guy, but not too bad. How's the MG gun? Yeah, it's fine.
Befehle?
Schnell in Deckung! Schnell jetzt!
Next medic, you're up.
Wann geht's endlich los?
Bleibt in Schussposition! Sucht euch Deckung! Ich brauche den Sanität! Bleibt in Schussposition!
Befehle? Nächstes Mal hast du nicht so viel Glück.
Schnell in Deckung jetzt! Sunny! Beweg deinen Arsch hierher! Sunny!
And this is why you got the medics. So you don't have to spend so much on troops.
Daneben!
Really, you can afford to get away with one medic squad because you get 2 medics per squad, but they're cheap, so why not?
Wann geht's endlich los?
Los jetzt! Bewegung!
I think you got the PTRS of Doom, basically glorified sniper rifles. Oh, you don't get a lot of ammunition, do you? Reverse. There we are. It gets like 90 HE, which is not a lot. It's like a couple of volleys. I regret this purchase, but hey ho. Potentially it'll be better later on, but we will see.
Schussposition!
Deckung! Deckung! Schnell! In Deckung!
Deckung! Deckung!
Nicht zurückweichen, Kamerad!
Sucht euch Deckung!
Bleibt in Schussposition!
Schnell! In Deckung! Achtung!
Hello.
Feindlicher Panzer!
Here we are, first target.
Scheiße! Wir haben den Panzer!
And the answer to that is no. Oh, I can't hit it at this range. What do you mean? What do you mean I can't hit it at this range? Oh wait, that's why. Bail out now. Should I go and get it? That's the question.
Hat irgendjemand noch Munition?
You know what? Why not? Why not? Choo choo! And we'll get one of the guys over here to go and repair that tank for me. Run! Actually, that's probably not a good idea, especially because there's a dude there. Oh, the dude died. How about a dude over here? Come over here. Do your job.
Sucht euch Deckung!
I haven't got a lot of time to fix this, so you may want to hurry up.
Alles klar, Befehl wird ausgeführt.
Go, go, go!
Zu Befehl. Schnell, wir müssen weiter.
Oh, you done yet? Have you run out of AP now? Yeah, you have. That's why you're no longer firing. He's no problem, comrade. We've almost won already, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so this is the equivalent of this that you get if you play as the Soviets, which is not good. Which means you're mostly going to be using anti-tank guns for the foreseeable future for the early game, which isn't very fun.
Befehle? Lauten die Befehle.
Get in the tank if you can. Oh, you can't, you just died. Don't die, I need you. Oh, oh well. Early game, easy game. Resupply. How's the ammo doing? Not bad. And let's do research, shall we? So I'm on 5 research. I can buy the next Panzer III if I want. So I could go all the way down to this bad boy Panzer III. I have an army of Panzer IIIs, but that's not good. That is very bad when I want the Panzer V. I think I want the Panzer V. What one's the Panzer V? Oh, that's a Jagged Panther. Panzer VI is Tiger. Panzer V is the Panther, I think. So let's go get a Panzer IV now. So my Panzer IV is going over here. Now we can buy some garbage infantry if we want as well. There we are. And that's me out of money again. Yeah, not bad. We're going very tank heavy, but I like tanks. So, yeah. Next spot. So over here we'll get 200, and over here we'll get a load of ammo and another 200. This is medium difficulty, this is easy difficulty. It doesn't really matter, medium or easy, it's pretty self-explanatory. And we can just go all the way to the enemy HQ if we want and just skip the enemy lines. I like George Patton's quotes. He's he doesn't do fancy words. Says a 1-to-1 scale. I don't believe you. This does not 1-to-1 scale. Telling me that tree is 1-to-1. So build this one, and we'll wait, and then we'll move up with the second batch. So we're going to move over here. F5, click down. F5, click down. F5, click down. And then the tanks are going to move up this way. See how that works out. Another foggy morning, that's wonderful. Why is it so foggy in Soviet Union, hey? It shouldn't be too difficult. Not of the power of troop steel. Meow. We can already blitzkrieg this before the enemy reinforcements come as well, which is great. Great news. Get this guy. He's got a PTRS and he bullies.
Ich glaub, mich hat's erwischt. Sanitäter bereit.
He's a big bully.
Jawohl.
Nice work. Feel free to fire at any time, or you can just die. Where's my squad over here? Literally playing footsie. Footsie in the corner. Holy crap. Dude just blapped me. You're not allowed to do that.
Sie machen mich zur Zielscheibe.
Okay, you're in. Crouch down. Over here. Move these squad guys in now. Tonky, go. Infantry, go. These guys, go. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Victory's achieved, he says. Because the enemy hasn't been able to come in yet. course, once the defences get a bit stronger, it's going to get harder to push. But normally it's the defensive maps that are hard. This stuff's easy. Plebs. I mean, reserves over here. You can jump in this tonk.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
This armor's so bad, a bloody grenade blew it up. Says it all.
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Offizier erwartet weitere Befehle. Geht's los?
You're going to get replaced as soon as possible. And we speed through to the next stage. Yeah, early game you can just punch through with tanks and the enemy can't actually send their reinforcements out to stop you. Then as the game progresses, things get worse. So let's look at my research tree. I can do +5 for the extra defense, or I can keep going up the tonk tree. Let's go +5 for the extra defense to see what we're looking for. Let us get us a... Ooh, I would say another tonk, but I'm sort of all tonked out right now. How much of these... Should I waste the points or should I save it? You cannot... It's not really wasting points if it's a tank, is it? Let's be honest. Oh, that's not fair. It's more like a sound investment, in my opinion. And worst case scenario, we just sell the old tanks, so yeah. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. How is my squad download going? Retry connection. You're having a giggle, aren't you? Oh, I know why. I'll be the game first. Oh well, I'll play this till about dinner time and then I'll go off for a bit and then I'll come back on to play a bit of squad. Can't wait to get sniped from 2 miles across the map. Tank 1. Over here. Interesting, interesting, interesting. My eye. Tank 2. Over here. I wonder where these guys are going to come from then. This is going to be awful, isn't it? I already foresee it being absolutely disgusting. Let's go and set up defensive positions on completely 2 opposite sides of the map. This can't go wrong. Yeah. Yeah, hole. Still at some sweet MG positions. Choo-choo. German efficiency. Let's knock down every post while we're going. Meow. And eventually I would like to get the half tracks as well. For that extra speed, we can have ourselves. We can laugh as mechanized. Yeah, yeah. Nice work. Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to reverse. Nice work. No, not nice work. Yeah, you just, why not? This was all that was all part of the plan. My other tank? Yeah, he's at his destination, so let's start digging in. This would be a perfect place for some mortars. Next investment, I think, will be mortars.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
Ja? Jawohl! Befehle?
And the other tank is coming up this way as well. So that is the Panzer III, so let's crack out that Panzer IV over here as well. Let's send this research node over here. Actually, send it over here because I'm going to need it over here. And let's send this squad over here. Medics are chilling. Medic's going to chill over here.
Sanitäter!
Build one of these for me, boys. I suppose I could split these guys half and half. Be like, yeah. Drunk.
Ja!
Run away.
Offizier einsatzbereit!
Wann geht's los?
Sie brauchen einen Offizier?
Rücken wir auf?
I think we'll be fine.
Was sollen wir tun?
German engineering.
Wann geht's los?
Turns engine on, brakes down after 100 miles.
Was sollen wir tun?
I saw in the workshop there's what do you call it? Is it the KV5? The KV with like what's like a train basically. It's got an AA gun on the back. It's got like a super gun on the front.
Bereit!
Oh god, they're coming in from the left.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Meow.
Was sollen wir tun? Befehle?
And these guys can plonk themselves up here next to the Tonk.
Sanitäter hier!
Actually, you guys can plug yourselves there because the tank can just reverse. So I'd have a nice little mortar pit here. That's what I'd like to do, but sadly I can't afford any mortars. I bought all tanks instead. Okay, target on your horizon.
Erwartet Ihre Befehle.
An awful lot of targets on your horizon. Perhaps I should have entrenched in a slightly better location. Such as over here.
Wie lauten die Befehle?
Bereit. Wie lauten die Befehle?
Because that dead ground is going to be a nuisance and a half.
Bereit. Ja?
Yeah, they can't even see over it. That was silly. There's a lesson to be learnt here. But I am not a clever man, so I have not learnt it. Stop. Stop it. There we are.
Bereit.
I should have some more fresh-faced recruits. Yes, I do. So as you can see, with that extra defensive line, I've started putting down, with the extra defensive research, I've started putting down mines.
Санитара, быстро!
Infantry waves. This does not concern me. And it's great because as each German has mostly a shovel. Oh, mostly each German has a shovel. That's what I was saying. It means I don't have to worry about defensive fortifications. I can just go, aha! I now have a defensive line. How are things over here? Get in your trench.
Deckung. Befehle?
Or your shell scrape.
Geht's los? Wann geht's endlich los?
Oh, I should put this on hard, shouldn't I? Oh well. Oh well. Mistakes have been made, so this game is going to get very hard until towards the end. It's going to be pretty easy.
Schnell in Deckung! Schnell, Männer, sucht euch Deckung! Schnell in Deckung! Sucht euch Deckung!
Oh, I just like those animations. Nice. Nice. Damn, son, where did you find that? I wish there's a larger multiplayer community in this game, but sadly not.
Deckung jetzt! Volltreffer! Schnell, in Deckung!
Runter, Leute!
I'm going to move this over here, because this guy's going to be constantly running out of ammo. Interesting. Interesting. So this is the early sort of Soviet tanks. They're not very good. They're mostly just like machine gun vehicles, and so they just aren't on par with the Germans' early game. So you've got to have emplacements as the Soviets. No.
Sucht euch Deckung!
This is a good line. Until a KV like 2 comes along and then it's not a good line. Lol. I need to add some mortars. I'll get a mortar next time just for the more. I think for the next tier 4 I'm going to bring out mortars just for like massive mortar barrages for the memes. That guy's got some upper body strength there. Look at that. Yeah, that reminds me of Red Orchestra 2. Red Orchestra 2, Pavlov's house. Trying to run across the open to get to the train station. It was a train station? I think it was. And it was not a pleasant experience. Like, you've been killed again, and again, and again by an MG in the corner of the map. Are you having fun yet? So what is this, a BT2? Oh, I hear the sound of the rumbling vengeance. You can tell the servants are just trying to pull out anything they could get their hands on at the early stages. Like this is no angling whatsoever. It's just a circle. Just a fucking circle with like 2 machine guns and another machine gun. Oh no. Like the bottom part looks like impressive. That's like, okay, that looks like a sleek tank design, and when you get closer to the front, things start going badly wrong. So they decided to try and angle this part, and then they left this part unangled and this part completely unangled. And it's like a dint as well, so if you're like the driver, anything that hits that is just going to kill you. What a garbage tank. What an absolute garbage tank. And this one looks like a boat tank, I can't remember what this one is. Yeah, amphibious T-40. Anyway, let's go back over here. So no, I should have played this on hard, but it's been a long time since I played it, so I don't remember the how easy medium is. But hey, it kills the time before, so the download can take place for squad, if it works, which it probably won't. Disgusting. Yeah, we're missing mortars for our army. Mortars will be the future. I showed my Panzer IV somewhere as well. So that's the Panzer III. This is the Panzer IV with the big boy cannon. What is its gun? APCE 75mm, 750mm. Okay, that's good. That's a good gun. That should do a lot of the medium game. Now we just sort of sit and wait until the next tank turns up and watch it get blown up. So this is a P-26, so this is where they start sort of pulling out some sort of decent tanks. I'm not going to micro too much to see if my tank can do anything about it.
свестись получше.
Sunny, zu mir!
Ist das alles? Achtung, mein Panzer!
I can't hit him. He can't hit me, so we're right. Yeah, I'd start running if I were you as well. Okay, who got hit? Oh, you guys are dead, so I can't do anything about that. Oh, lovely. And this tank is going to be now my tank. So if I just get one of the boys. Hello, boys. I have a job for you. Repair this tank, it's now mine. And you guys can just get off your high horses.
Die Befehle! Sunny, zu mir!
Oh, crap. Nope. Oh crap. No, don't do this to me. You are the world's luckiest Soviet. Marx himself was protecting you from me.
Verstanden?
Yes, this is the sort of the higher level light tanks the Soviets get. Still is not very good. Very slow, not a lot of support weapons. There's like one MG gun as opposed to the 3 on that. This guy's got 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 machine guns. And this guy has. At least they're actually trying to put some effort in at this stage, thinking, now maybe we should try and do some angling. If he dies, I'm going to be unhappy. Yeah, this stage we're actually trying to put effort in. I actually quite like the look of the design of that map. I like how the back sort of peeks out. It's just an impressive looking tank. It looks nice and compact. I suspect there's not a lot of leg room in here. I don't think I'm going to repair it in time. Those bad men.
Scheiße, der hat mich fast erwischt! Jawohl!
Those bad men. I think they've also released an update, so on the multiplayer you can get like British land lease, which I think is quite fun. But I'm still waiting for like new DLC and new missions. I'd like for this to really take off and make like a D-Day mission pack and a Japan mission pack.
Sunny, hier rüber!
Maybe an Indo-Japanese war mission pack, but it's still early days. still, this is good fun. What they did well here was not reinventing the wheel. They didn't think, let's try and make a completely different game that isn't Men of War.
Schnell in Deckung!
Come on now. In the background. Campaign mission 1. Have you got the game installed? And are you free to play it? I'll be more than happy to play the co-op with you. Oh, that was a little convoy there. It's got ripped to hell up. So on the Moscow mission, it's actually quite difficult on medium. You just need to get your weapon emplacements up properly. And then on the what's the Germany's first mission's alright. You get plenty of stuff, but yeah, Moscow mission is going to make sure you build those dummy cannons, and for the other cannons, it's going to be very protective of them and maybe retreat them back, and do a lot of micro. So the E key lets you directly control the defensive weapons. Well, can directly control units, and from there. No worries, I will tell you some little hints. I'm playing the dynamic campaign right now, but I will tell you some little hints of what to do in the next level. So let me just first pick my units for this fellow. So I want to go for... I said I was going to go for mortars, wasn't I? But I want the Panzer 4. Mortars or Panzer 4? Mortars, Panzer 4. Let's do this. Panzer 4. The mortars will have to wait. Tanks come first. Tonks come first. So I'm going to buy myself. First things first, I need to sell this garbage tank, because this tank is hot garbage. And I'm going to buy myself another Panzer 4. And then I think I'm going to wait for the next research slot before I build anything else. So let us... No! Why did I do that? That was silly. Oh, I'm so unhappy. Okay, no worries. Okay, so let's start. So the next level, this is the easy level. Apparently, according to this. So let's do some basic overviews, shall we? I have to be quick about it because the check with dynamic conquest is cheesing. So the AI won't be able to reinforce at the start of the game, so you want to try and get the capture points before the AI can reinforce with their mean vehicles. Of Doom. The mean vehicles of Doom! Especially later on once they're cracking out the big boys. But yeah, you have to save them quite a lot. It's when you do the stealth missions in Men of War when it becomes absolutely disgusting. So here's our map on the right hand side on Dynamic Conquest. You won't have this, but so if you want to fast click to someone, just click down there. Or if you want to click over to see an enemy position, you click that. F5 will allow you to attack while moving. So you see I've clicked F5. However, your soldiers won't fire when on the move. So what you want to do is click Control, and they will go to a different stance, and that way they can stop and start firing and taking cover at the same time. Also, it's very important in defensive maps to take direct control of your troops, because if you don't, then you can have a bad time. So right now I've just scrolled over, I've selected. My medics, don't really use them very often on offensive maps, but on defensive maps I'll use them quite a bit. And for a medic, you click on someone who's wounded and they will heal, and you can put down a medic tent, and if someone's half wounded, they can go to the medic tent and get a resupply. So So I've seen this contact on the map with that little red dot. So I'm going to send the tank up first, and that should hopefully clear this out. Tanks are very powerful early game. Like, tanks really are the main movers in the game, and they'll get things going for you. So if I want to take the direct control, I just click E, and now I can take direct control. So pressing 1 will switch to my main gun, 2 will switch to my MG, and so on and so forth. If I want to change my weapon type, I just click space, and it will change the ammunition type.
Offizier bereit.
So here we've taken some casualties, so I'm going to move my medics up. And I'm going to move this over here, and this over here. And these guys I'm going to move further up. There's some other game mechanics you may want to be aware of as well, but I'll show it to you once the time comes.
Ich werde gebraucht.
Once I've taken some positions and not died, so I just lost all my infantry squad over here.
Ein Täter bereit.
So you've got line of sight, and your infantry are very important for line of sight, because without your infantry, your tanks won't be able to see as much, making them rather vulnerable. So you can see that line of sight with the tank here, but these infantry is also providing line of sight. So if you've got your infantry in front, your soldiers can fire further than normal because they have better firing range. So right now my medics are healing up my squad mates. And now I'm going to send a tank up, because I think we've more or less secured this. And let's move this up. The main issue I run is tank wrecking my tank before I can align mine to counterattack. Yes, so what you want to do when you're playing on is to take direct control of your tanks when you're playing a single player. Well, actually, whenever there's an enemy tank. Because if you take direct control, you can immediately aim a lot better and a lot quicker than the actual enemy does. Un momento. There we are. So I've taken direct control. That means I can immediately react and control using the WASD keys. Also, different weapon ammunition types work better on different enemy vehicles. So, for example, HE works best on infantry, AP works best on tanks, AP-HE is much more effective, and so on and so forth. Heat works on angles, so you just got to decide which vehicle is better for you, which weapon ammunition type is better for you depending on what tank you're up against. So I'm just going to move in and set up defensive positions here first, and then we'll go on to more details. Yes, so if we just turn this tank over. You can also angle in this game, but first we just need to make sure we are in a position not to lose this.
Panzer einsatzbereit. Panzer einsatzbereit.
Oh, we won. Okay, well, we'll do the defensive map and so on, but that's because me I'm blitzkrieg rushing. So if you say come across a KV2, you won't be able to pen it at the front because depending on what guns you have, you won't have the right penetration. So you'll need to either get around it, flank it, use smoke, or try and disable it instead. Hopefully when we come across the stronger tanks, I'll be able to show you. But we will see. So let me just buy some mortars. Actually, I need to buy the next stage. Yeah. And then let me buy some mortars. Can I buy mortars? Yes, I can. Okay, let's buy some mortars. 1, 2, 3, and the rifle squad. And this should be a bit easier to show you because this level will go on for quite a while now. We still got our tanks, still got our tanks, yeah. Because it will take a while for the enemy to attack, so I'll be able to show you. And once the enemy tanks start popping out of nowhere, you'll be given the good news. But because the AI of the tanks, sometimes they won't prioritize the enemy tanks straight away, meaning that they'll leave themselves open. So you'll want to take direct control once you see an enemy tank and try and put it down, unless you know for a fact your tank is like a godly tank and won't be able to get penned by anything, and so it's not really worth the hassle. Also, if you select a tank, I'll show you. If you select a tank and hold the right click and drag it, you can tell it which way to face. So once it gets to its destination, it will stop and face the right way, and it stops situations where your tank is facing with its rear exposed. So we've got our 2 capture points. We're going to send the first tank over here, our second tank over here, our third tank over here. Hello, Bell, welcome back. Our infantry here, and our infantry over here. Oh, this is going to be awful because this is not in a good spot. It's in a bad spot. Very bad spot. So what you can do with your medics is, because each medic can heal, you don't have to bring 2 medic squads. You can just bring 1 medic squad, select 1 medic and individually send him over here, and select the other medic and select him over there, and then you've got healing on both sides of the front line without having to buy 2 medic slots. If we select a unit and click I, we can see what's inside the enemy, our tanks. And so by selecting this tank, we know that it's got lots of fuel, it's got loads of ammunition, what kind of ammunition it's got, and how many repair kits and machine gun ammo it has. So when you're wondering, well, why isn't my tank firing, it may be because it may not have the right ammunition, and so it will need to replen before it can actually be of any use. So I've sent my tank over here. I'm going to actually knock this building down and use this as a platform. How's your day been, Beers? Have you been alright? Well, mine's not been too bad either. And so you sort of do want to do a bit of micromanagement here, because the tanks will never be in a perfect spot. They'll be in a general area, but you want them in a certain way so then ammunition, so they're not completely out in the open. So for example, I've got it behind this building now and it's angled, so it should be pretty safe. You can also loot enemy bodies if you're really desperate by selecting your unit and pressing X. So if I select one of these soldiers and press X, and they have a body of another soldier, you can left click, and then you can look at their inventory and switch your switch weapons round. So on certain missions where you need Molotov cocktails or machine guns, or you don't have any AT, you can start searching bodies and finding mines. You can also search traits that way, which is very important in the actual campaign. Not so important, not in the campaign, but in the actual campaign it's pretty important. So we're going to stick our mortars here. Then we're going to set up our healing tent here. Now I should have some infantry squads coming in soon, he says. to reinforce the lines, but we will find out. There we are, our first infantry squad. So in this map, I don't really have to put too many defensive positions down. But if you do need to put defensive positions now, depending on what units you have, you can select a unit, select the entrenching, and if they have an entrenching tool, you can make them set up defensive positions. And on defensive maps, you do want to micromanage, so they're not all clumped together. Otherwise, one HE bomb is just going to knock them all out. So as you can see, I'm going to start moving these guys down and spreading them out a bit, so they're not too obvious, easy targets.
Wie lauten die Befehle? Bereit.
Wie lauten die Befehle?
So, 1,
Ja.
2.
Los!
Sometimes your soldiers won't face the right way in transit, so you actually have to face the opposite way to get them inside. Yes, depending on missions you may have officers, but the meta or the easy way to use the soldier is to not use the officers. And most of the time you won't really need the officers in most of the battle, most of the games. It'll be keep officers so and so alive, but it'll be pretty obvious by their uniform what sort of who they are, and then you can just hide them in the corner of the map. So a lot of the time you won't really need officers, but it's quite difficult to find them. I normally just find them how they look, if I'm honest, rather than anything else.
Sanitäter hier!
Ja.
So I'm going to put some entrenching positions down here, just in case they are going to come this way. And I'm going to start spreading it out.
Wann geht's endlich los?
Also, when you get engineers, you'll be able to... Oh, God. See, the first thing I'm doing is immediately micro and clicking E, see the enemy tank. Okay, this is the enemy tank. I'm going to scroll over and find its weak spot. I'm going to wait for it to aim. This is green. See that green reticle? It means I can hit, and then I'm going to click. And that should pen it. Sometimes you'll just have to get lucky, sometimes you won't. I'm going to use heat on it, because I know heat can pen. And wait for it to fire again. And now I'm going to fire. And that should knock it out. So I've hit it, I've knocked it out, and now abandoning the tank. The mortar's in position, so they'll start firing now. But it's very important that you take direct control, especially if you've got an important tank which you can't afford to lose. Now, if the area is red and the centre of that reticle, it means it won't be able to pen. And so you'll have to start scrolling over the tank to find places where you might be able to pen. Now, in terms of gameplay, the gun emplacements are more accurate, but of course they are less mobile, so they're a bit of a pain to use. Whereas tanks, of course, are armoured, they're support weapons, and they're just generally more tanky, quite obviously. And so, and they're more mobile, meaning that you may want to use tanks instead. It's a mix-up between what are you playing, defensive or aggressive. And if you're playing aggressive, tanks tend to be the go-to. Tanks I would normally go for tanks full stop every time. So I've overextended. I'm going to move this back over here. Things got to be careful of as well is not, say, turning your turret to look around. Because of course if you turn your turret, then your ammunition is not going to be facing the right way and you're going to die. Your armor's not going to be facing the right way and you're going to die. You're going to die there. So we're going to move back slowly but surely microing, and we're going to set up here. So the mortars should do most of the damage here. So there's a tank over there. I'm going to micro, press E, I'm going to go over to the tank so I can just watch it blow up. And I'm going to aim and I'm going to fire. And I missed, so I'm going to try it again. So it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green, it's green. I'm going to fire. I'm going to miss again. You have to aim ahead a bit. Oh, don't you run from me. Don't you run from me. I don't know what you're doing, but you're running. It's alright. But these guys are swarming with garbage tanks, which is not good. And you see that I can't spot them, it's because I don't have field of view. So that's why you want your infantry sometimes quite far out to give that field of view. Or just one soldier on hold fire so he doesn't get spotted. And in this guy I've got APCR, APHE, heat. So APCR is not very good, it's just like a metal slug. You don't really want to use APCR. APHE is sort of what you want to be using when you're going against sort of medium of the road tanks, if you can pen. And then for these guys, I want to use heat. If I want to control directly, just click T, and now I'm in third person perspective. Using the mouse keys to zoom in. And I can zoom back out. Press T, press E, and I'm back out. They are swarming with light tanks. I'm very impressed by this. So this tank I'm not too worried about. I know it can't pen me because it is just got a machine gun. Oh, actually it doesn't. It actually can pen me, but I've got a Panzer 4, so good luck. And so I'm just going to watch the AI do its thing. Oh, I do like mortars. Oh, I can't see it because it's not firing and there's no line of sight for my soldiers. Now you can increase line of sight with your tanks by, say, having a gunner or having a commander pop out the top of it. But of course it makes them vulnerable. And if you want people to leave your vehicle, but you don't want everyone to get out of the vehicle, just click on these one at a time and one of these guys will pop out. If you want to repair your tank, there should be a little repair option over here somewhere, but it's not there. I don't know why. And if your tank won't move, it's because its engine probably isn't on, so you may have to turn on the engine by clicking the toggle engine on or off. So I'm going to start turning my tank because that's where a lot of the enemy tanks are coming from. And then I'm going to let it do its thing. So sometimes you will need to, if your tank's been really badly beaten up, you'll sometimes need to loot dead tanks to get repair kits, which are these things here. So you pick up a repair kit of your soldier by clicking X over the tank. So let's pick the soldier. click X, I can now, my soldier, and then click on this with left click. I can now see what this guy has and what my soldier has. Say if I want one of these, I'll take one of them. And now that one soldier will have that repair kit. Now I can send that soldier all the way over here and press X on, say, this tank. He'll run over, trying not to get shot along the way. And then you can transfer that repair kit over there. And now you can actually use that to repair your tank. It just depends whether or not that tank has a repair kit or not. Sometimes the tank won't. There's a BT-2 over here, but I can't see it. They are rapidly spending money on tanks, which I don't like. Mortars. So you have two types of shell, smoke shells and HE shells. To switch ammunition type, you select down here and you do a quick switch. If you take the direct control, of course, it works pretty self-explanatory. Press E, press this. This shows you the accuracy of your shell. Of course, it gets less accurate the further out you get, and more accurate the closer you get. And you can just fire like that. Sometimes when you guys run out of ammunition, you'll need a supply crate, like these guys who have supply aura, and these guys will resupply the mortars and any other units. Now I'm getting a bit fed up with this tank because it just won't die, but luckily the mortars blew it up. And that's another good tip. If there's a very strong tank and you can't pen it, sometimes it's best to just disable it. So you just get all your mortars and aim at that tank. And at best you'll knock out its tracks and that will stop it advancing. But if it doesn't, then you're in for a bad shout. Mortars are so painfully strong. No, no. Enemy bomber. Enemy bomber. I don't have anything against bombers. My eye, my eye, my eye. Micro, micro, micro. We're gonna have to do some cheesy shit here. No, no. And so to deal with bombers, you need anti-air. And you can get anti-air by, well, buying it in this game mode. Otherwise they'll just come and yeet you like they yeeted me. Hello? Why? Hello? What are you doing? Blow this tank up. So I'm going to fire my medics and I'm going to heal these guys up. So one of my mortars took a casualty, but hopefully the mortars aren't destroyed. So what we'll do is we'll run over with our soldiers and we can pick up this mortar. So what I've done there is I've told them to get off that vehicle or get off that supply crate and to get on to this, this mortar. Now to get people to get off, you can either use the hotkey G or this button here. And they'll leave after you left click. So if I click this and click this, and then they'll leave. Sometimes if it's like a transport vehicle, they will need to, the passengers will get out, but the soldiers won't, so sometimes you'll have to use that button twice. Now air is a pain, so I have to be careful with it next time. But you can see the mortars are very potent anti-infantry. Very good for dynamic conquest. But they are ammunition intensive, ammo intensive. This is not a good spot to have tanks. Really, you should have the tanks on the reverse slope like this. So actually tank position is quite important. So if I get on this reverse slope now, well, sort of reverse slope, I'm slightly less. Well, I'm not actually, but you get a general idea. You want to be like hull down, which I'm not. So there's a couple of tanks here, so let's do a little bit of an exercise here. So let's find us a tank. So what you can do with enemy tanks, which is very potent in multiplayer, well, single player games, is repair them. So if you see a little white circle like here, or a white triangle, or a white heavy tank, it means it's repairable, it's been abandoned. So if you can get over there without dying, and go to your tools option, and click this fellow here, you see this little spanner come up? That means go repair this tank. So this guy will now repair the tank, but of course he's quite vulnerable doing it. So we'll just put this guy down and wait. But this guy will repair the tank, and once it's repaired, you can get in it and use it yourself. That's very powerful in the more difficult games. Or the more difficult single player missions, because you can steal the stronger, say, KV-1 and use that to basically steamroll the level. You can also loot stuff from enemy vehicles or enemy bodies. So if I wanted to loot this backpack of satchel or anything like that, I could do that, and so on and so forth. So the Soviet vehicles have got satchel charge, which can be used to blow up the vehicle. Forgot how you blow the vehicle up, but I think there's a little button. If I just go over here, I think there's a way to blow up your vehicle. Yeah, abandoned vehicle, and this will try to make the crew try and blow it up as well. But it will only work if you've got, say, a TNT or dynamite. Yeah, so you've got that 3 kilogram demo charge to blow up the tank just in case. And that stops, and say, in multiplayer, people stealing your tanks. But it's quite a micro-intensive game, because the best way to play it, especially on single player, is to split your forces up. Because all it takes is one shell to basically wipe out your entire squad. So let's repair, and let's go to our research tree. So I'm noticing that they are increasing their tank numbers, and their tanks are slowly getting better. So we're going to go down to the Panzer 4, research selected, and keep on upgrading our Panzers. Oh, that's a lovely Panzer 4. That is aesthetic as F. And now I can't afford anything else, but it was worth it. It was worth. Yeah, let us move our medics to somewhere else. Can I buy another medic? No, I can't, I'm skint. Oh well, let's carry on. One research point, one research point. This looks easier, so we'll do this. Oh, I need AA. Why have I done this? I need an AA gun. So I'll get that 2 centimeter flak next time for the AA to stop the Soviet bombings, because they will be a massive nuisance as the game progresses. But once you learn the keys and that, it becomes quite explanatory, and the single player becomes very easy once you start realizing how you can abuse the system. So if there's a German tank that gets blown up in the first wave, and it's like 10 minutes for the next reinforcements, you can steal that tank and be like, ah, this is mine now. And because that tank is better than your own tanks, you basically get carried throughout the entire scenario. So, 1, 2. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Three. I like to stop short before I move over. You don't want to click inside the objective, because if you do, you just end up walking your troops through, well, through the enemy's machine gun fire, which is not an intelligent thing to do. And this is going to be an easy battle because the silly boys have put their defensive position next to my tank. So you don't want to rush in, especially in this game mode. You just want to move up, let your tanks do the firing, and go from there. And if you're getting impatient, then you can just micro. A rookie mistake is sending your tanks charging in, because all it takes is one Molotov cocktail to destroy that rather expensive tank, like I'm doing now, and throwing the game. And there's my medic. And we'll go and heal this fellow. So I like to take one objective at a time, I don't want to overdo it. And if you get close enough, your enemy will automatically, well, your enemy and your allies will automatically throw grenades, making life somewhat easy. There we are. If you can't see the enemy, just try and aim your HE close to it, and that will normally be enough to kill it.
Sanitäter hier. Wo werde ich gebraucht? Ja?
And then we'll send our next wave of troops over to reinforce.
Sucht euch Deckung!
And send that tank over here to reinforce.
Sanitäter
And we'll try and attack this objective. It shouldn't be too difficult. But once again, golden rule of combined arms, infantry to spot, tank to hit hard targets. So they're firing at me, so I want to stop for a bit. I'm going to take direct control because sometimes the AI is not very good. I'm going to switch to machine gun. Good. Get tucked by the tree. Switch out. And then do that instead. Aim for the cover. And then switch over and let the AI do its thing. Send this tank up as well. Sometimes if you're feeling particularly try hard, it's best to attack from multiple angles. I'm going to move forward to deal with that enemy vehicle there. Oh, unless you get screwed over by El Rocco. Got my medics with me so they can do the healing. Get this infantry up. Get this tank up. I suspect the enemy will be coming from this way, so I'm going to switch out my position to move the tank to face that direction. And these guys are just going to settle down here for a bit. Now that this area is more or less clear. Golden rule, split the boys up, don't just handle them all as a squad. If you're feeling particularly lazy and you know you've got plenty of troops to spare, you can use the free movement button here, and when a soldier's in contact they will freely move and they'll move around. They'll often move badly, but if you've got cannon fodder, the micros too much, then you can say, okay, everyone free movement while I just focus on the tanks. And that's quite good for attacking maps as long as there's no defensive lines which are too strong. And make sure you save often. Cannot recommend that enough. Save often. Like this is just a disaster waiting to happen. So we'll get one of these guys, put him in there. Put him in there. Oh, and we win. But that's just in case, because once it gets to sort of later levels, they'll start throwing out anti-tank vehicles and weapons and that, and you don't want that. No one wants that. So let me buy that AA, because I'm going to need it for later. I'm not going to get the fancy AA, that's the basic AA. And then we're going to save up for the next tank. In the meantime, oh, I can buy stuff. Oh, I can't buy that airstrike yet. Let us get. So I got 2 Panzer IVs. I don't think they're very good Panzer IVs. A Panzer IV as well here, and a Panzer III. Probably about time to sell the Panzer IIIs now and start upgrading to the higher level, high IQ Panzer IVs. So if we dismiss you. Actually, we'll send you to reserve just in case we need you in the future battles to come. And we'll buy that instead. And then we're good to go. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I'm going to switch you out with this guy. So we've got some more variety in our tanks. Different guns have different values, so normally the short stubby guns are a good indication that these are support guns. This is from an ambush perspective. Short stubby guns like this bad boy normally tells you they're support guns with good HE but bad AP or heat, and then long boys are your sort of your anti-tank guns. So a long boy would be this fellow. So this long boy is a good indicator that this probably can knock out quite a few tanks. However, don't use that as a rule to live by, because it could go badly wrong for you. Okay, we'll play this last one, and then I'll go for dinner, and then I will try and play squad if the gaming gods that be allow me to. I just love the Panzer IVs, they look so good, especially the later ones with the long boy barrels. Tasty boys. Why can't tanks look as aesthetic as that anymore? Now tanks look awful. Look like they're made out of plastic. So I don't know where the enemy's going to come from here, but I know this is going to be an easy area to reinforce. So I'm going to move up here first, and I'm going to move my tanks over here. And then I'm going to move up an infantry squad here, just in case. These guys here, just in case. And these guys are going over here as well. So, really understand the game, it's terrain as well. So sometimes you want to get nice and close and be like, okay, where's some dead ground? So if I put a shell scrape here, they can fire down into it. But if I say put a shell scrape here, they can't fire down into it. So it's sort of understanding where the placement is. And I forgot to buy any AA. No. Don't bomb me, please. Oh well.
Los jetzt! Bewegung!
1, 2. Off we go. You see that I don't put loads. I don't put a tank only sort of tier on it. Yeah, yeah. It's not fair. It's not fair. I don't want to get bombed. But you see that I always try and have sort of supporting infantry because tanks alone are very vulnerable to, say, AT emplacements, things like that, especially in multiplayer. So if you just try and rush tanks and a player's got some troops to scout ahead of it, ahead of an entrenched gun, then that entrenched gun can just fire at will and send you to a unhappy place. So I'm going to send this up here into the woods. I'm going to send this fellow over here. Like so. And then I'm going to start shell scraping. So the shell scrapes are going to go... because I can't shell scrape you, it's going to go there. You're being silly now, game. Come on. 1. There we are. Oh, game. 2.
Wie lauten die Befehle?
3.
Jawohl!
4. Next wave. So these tanks are going to immediately come over here. And this infantry is going to move over here, because I think this is where the attack's going to come from. This is where I'd attack if I was disgusting. To cheese, if one of your soldiers can't build a shell scrape, get someone else to build it for you, and then you're good to go. And you want to be nice and spread out to stop, say, disgusting bombardments from anti-tank guns. No, not anti-tank guns. Air. Air. There we are. Spread this out. Spread this out. Want infantry as close as possible, wherever possible. Micro these guys into their trenches.
Wie lauten die Befehle? Bereit!
They should be able to fire over there.
Lauten die Befehle?
And there we are. Not too shabby. Got some more infantry coming. Got some tanks over here. So where would I put the tanks? If I was being intelligent, where would I put the tanks? So I'll put one tank here to cover this arc. And then where's my other tank? Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good placement. I've got arcs covering everywhere.
Bereit! Was sollen wir tun? Ja!
But the big, the classic mistake is people will just take a big squad and go, I will put my entire squad in this one trench line, and then the tank shoots that one trench line and just kills your entire squad.
Haben wir einen Marsch?
You got to think of like an individual soldier in this game is such importance in terms of game impact.
Bereit!
Like they can just knock out entire
Braucht jemand einen
convoys of tanks if done properly, and so you want to use your soldiers sparingly rather than use them as cannon fodder.
Sanitäter bereit!
Sie machen mich zur Zielscheibe!
Rücken wir aus? Jawohl!
But you can see it does become very micro intensive.
Offizier, hier!
You can't build anything, so you're going to go and do this. Oh, they just ran into a mortar field. Based. Based. Based and Zukov pilled. It's only infantry. I'm not too worried about that. If you want to make the conquest mode very hard, either play on very hard, where you don't have enough resources at the start of the game, or do like an infantry only game, or no tank only game. I think I did that a while back, and that was actually pretty good fun, because you get to use tanks you normally, well, vehicles you normally wouldn't use, like the mobile pack and stuff like that. Okay, let's bring the mortars up. So the mortars you want sort of in the rear line, you don't want them too close, so I'll put them in this dead ground so they don't get too... Well, actually, I'll move them up a bit closer. Oh, what's going on over here? Oh god. This is why you take direct control yourself. Otherwise, your tanks just end up missing like 20 times. And I could notice that was an enemy tank by the shape of it on the map. See that shape? I was like, ah, that is an enemy tank. Time to panic. Yeah, I'll plant this infantry squad here as well. That should be all my mortars moving up. Yep, they're good. And if you want to stick defensive positions down, some emplacements have vehicle sandbags. You can just click that, and then they'll build themselves a nice little sandbag defense. Like so. Not very good, but it does the job. Ah, the wagon rush. The AI likes to send wagons in the middle stage of the game. Long live the wagon rush. Long may it rain. But you can see I'm not doing a lot because I've put the placement down properly. If I put them in there, then it'd be a bit of a nightmare. But because I've placed the troops, attacking is a lot harder because it's more micro-intensive. Defense is a lot easier because once you set up defensive positions and you've set up good defensive positions, all you really have to do is micro when people run out of ammunition and knock out dangerous high-fit tanks taking direct control. However, attacking is a lot harder because it's more micro-intensive and you have a time limit to take the objective before the enemy starts throwing troops at you and potentially very, very difficult tanks, which you don't want to deal with. So that's why you always see me trying to rush, a lot of the games. Trying to rush a lot of the attack maps, which gets harder and harder as they put more defences down. So mortar's actually quite good. I'm only using the cheap mortars because heavier mortars are slower and more expensive, and the cheaper mortars do a better job. But you can see I'm getting very well organised in defences now. Don't skimp on infantry. A lot of people will skimp on infantry when infantry is very important for just generally supporting your lines. And now I'm just getting lazy, so like, yeah, I'll put a vest over there. Oh, they bought a little Jeep. Is that a land lease Jeep? Oh, it looks... No, it looks Soviet. That's disappointing. I thought it'd be a land lease Jeep. Yeah, attacking it is much harder. That's why I rush it, so I don't lose it. Yeah, these guys never stood a chance. Oh, they're sending out the conscripts now. Oh, no, no, no. Not the penal battalions. You can see how much damage those mortars do. Sometimes you'll feel like you want to make a mortar battery, that's for the memes. Because they just look so aesthetic when you've got a whole mortar battery of like a 4 in a row, but you just don't have enough troop numbers to do it. And that's pretty much the first wave. They'll start sending out the higher tier tanks as the wave progresses. But it seems like this has been an infantry heavy rush. Get in. Oh, that minefield is just done. Has been completely clear. Oh no, it's still there. I was going to say. Delicious mortars. However, the mortars do run out of ammunition rather quickly. You can see with my ammunition box, it's already half full. So sometimes you have to be a bit careful with the mortar spam. This mortar's only got 10 or 20 rounds left. Yeah, the rookie mistake is to go in here because you won't be able to see what's coming over the top, and they'll just be straight in on you, and you won't be able to do anything. This is a bad defensive position. Don't fall for it. Here we are. Next tank. What kind of... Oh no, it's a half track. Not a very interesting one either. Oh, it's like a... What is this? A carrier medium MG. I just got hit with a... by a HE shell. And it's got a garbage PTOS. That is the most garbage anti-tank I've ever seen. What an awful vehicle. It didn't even get hit, it just got hit over here and it just like collapsed. It crumpled in on itself. I would say the German infantry is OP. It's very overpowered because this infantry squads get a free MG, whereas the Soviet infantry squads do not, and as such, that makes them very, very expensive. Oh, your aiming's awful. So my ammunition was running out for some guys, so I sent them back into the ammunition. Now they're fully resupplied again, I'll send them back out again, and they will be able to continue on the good fight. Yeah, I should have played them hard. I didn't realise it was still too easy. Because I'm such a god gamer. Okay, there we are. But of course, late game they'll start racking up the heavier tanks. This is still pretty easy. This is what early game, it's only 2 hours in. If you go for the longer campaigns, it will be a lot harder. Once they start cracking out the heavy tanks, the heavy tonks. Right now they're still cracking out the Landlease, you know. They're still cracking out the 19... I'm cracking out what, the late night Panzer 4s, and they're still cracking out half-tracks and Jeeps. But it is a bit random what they bring out. Sometimes the AI will bring out some really good tanks, sometimes they'll bring out hot garbage. So they've brought out a medium tank, I just can't see it through the fog of war. And this is the T-28. But again, my tanks can easily pen that, so it's not really that much of a threat. Because it's still a pretty early medium tank. Though it has got a 76mm gun, but the problem with it is it's got no armour. Like you can see, it's got penned straight through the front. So it's not very good. Armoured car. That's not going to stop any shells anytime soon. You might want to jump out of that. We'll have an easy game. What's over here? What am I seeing over here? Babby T-26. They can be potentially dangerous if you micro it yourself, but against a player they're not going to be very good. And yeah, they're already out. They're already gone. And no airstrike this time. But it can be random. Sometimes the AI will just like throw tanks after tanks at you, and sometimes they'll throw hordes of infantry, like in this game, where they just threw hordes of infantry. Oh, I love this tank. I think it's because it's this part here. I like how it sticks out the back again. And it reminds me of the, what, Star Wars back to tanks? Not back to tanks, you know, the droid tanks. A noble effort. Sometimes it's just fun to just like roll out some high level tanks and just not have to think. Rather than be like emotionally drained after a game. And done. So I would recommend playing on hard, actually, because it really doesn't change the difficulty too much, but you will see harder vehicles later on. So let me just go to my research tree. We're going to research large defensive structures, and then we are going to wait to get our next tank. So we've got 1,200 points because it's Babby medium mode, much to my chagrin. I wonder if I can change difficulty off. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. You will play the easy mode. Get another Panzer IV. Get 2 Panzer IVs for this tier. Oh, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And then I'll crack a Panzer IV out here. No, no, we won't crack a Panzer IV out here. Crack a Panzer IV out. No, no. And get rid of this medic. Crack a Panzer IV out. Yes. Alright, you can have a supply crate. Never good. So I would recommend it when you do want to do a dynamic conquest. Let me just save this. Save. That you play a huge map. So you have more, the enemy has more time to whack out the higher level vehicles. And you switch to hard so they whack out the higher level vehicles sooner. Because as you can see, we're almost finished on this area. And the game's almost finished and they have yet to crack out the actual decent Soviet tanks yet. But we'll call it here while I go and have dinner and install squad. But that was a bit of a casual call to arms, gates of hell. But anyway, that's good fun. If you do have any further questions, don't hesitate to give me a shout. But yeah, Call to Arms is a very good game, but it is very technical and it's very can be seen as very unforgiving early on because of how difficult people get wiped out. No worries, Jake, but you may be disappointed because I don't play a lot of Call to Arms right now. I'm playing a lot of Age of Empires, but I sometimes come back to it once there's more workshop missions. But no worries, Jack. Have a good one. Yep, and that is that. So I'll see you all later. Adieu.